So here is the drill purpose stock that I've removed and cleaned to the best of my ability. Though I think it could use some more cleaning. So the problem with these Indian drill purpose Enfield stocks is they have these goofy stripes painted over them. You see the red and white, and I don't like that. I want to remove that. So I've decided I'm going to experiment using a heat gun. We'll see how this goes. So I'm going to use the heat gun. Then I'm going to, when the paint bubbles up, I'm going to scrape it off using a blade, just as gently as possible, and we'll see how it turns out. So I'm going to put this on the highest setting. See, turns out. Yeah, it looks like that. I can see the paint bubbling up. Looks like the wood, everything is getting like wet. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Okay. All right. Yeah, it just comes right off. Look at that. See, the paint is normally pretty tough. Now it's just kind of coming right off. Not a minute. Okay. Yeah. Need both hands to do this. Okay, so I hit it with the heat gun again a few more times, and you know, after I'd sort of melted it into goo, I scraped it off very gently with this new box cutter blade, and as you can see, there's not any identifiable red or white paint there, but the part of the stock that was covered by the paint is lighter than the stock around it, and I guess that looks less bad than having the stripes, but I don't know why it is. I think probably what's happening is this wooden stock is just so full of grease and oil that when I removed the paint here, not only did I get out the paint, but the heat also caused all the, well, at least some of the oil and dirt to kind of bubble up, and so that was removed along with the paint. So this whole part of the wood is lighter now as a result. So now this is just creating more work for me, because I realize if I want the stock to look really good and to have like a uniform color, I'm going to have to, you know, re-clean the stock more thoroughly than I did before, using maybe the heat gun or some kind of chemicals, just to, you know, get everything looking a nice sort of light color like this. All right. So, let me see, there's, on this side, you can see where I also scraped off some paint and used the heat gun, and there's the remaining little bit of paint I'm going to have to get out. So, I'll do more updates in the future as I clean this stock. Okay, so yesterday, I used the heat gun and the razor blade to remove the red and white paint from the stock here, and while I was doing that, if you watch that video, you'll realize I realized just how oily and greasy and gross the wood was. So I used this stuff. This is just a common degreaser spray you can buy anywhere, to remove all of that crud from the stock. Sprayed it on, washed it off with water, dried it with a towel, repeat the process, and so now you can see the results. This is like totally different. So there still is some faint discoloration here on the stock from where the paint was, and I think I'm just going to use some like very fine grain or fine grit sandpaper to sand it down and to see if that's like just to sand down this portion to see if that scrapes off the very top layer of wood that's kind of impregnated with the paint. But even if that doesn't work, I think the discoloration is so faint that I'd be okay with it. And there you can see there's some paint from the magazine well that I did not remove, and just look at how bright that red is compared to sort of the reddish tinge to that part of the stock where it used to be painted. So let me just try to sand it. Okay, I'm back. So I sanded that down. I don't think it actually helped much. And this is what I used. Here's a sandpaper. I don't think it actually helps to remove the discoloration. So I'm not going to continue doing it. I would say, yeah, if you're trying to remove the paint from these wood stocks, just use the heat gun, zap the paint till you see it bubble up, and then scrape it off with a really sharp razor and just stop there.